Welcome to today's episode of Places, People, Purpose. In yesterday's episode, we talked about the amazing collection of different and centuries-old architecture that Prague has to offer. Today, we're going to delve into some other equally amazing places in the city of Prague. Before doing so, though, we want to make you aware that our podcast is just one way to experience the places we visit. Our website, placespeoplepurpose.com, has pictures from our visits to all of these destinations, and soon there will also be a blog written by our mom, Barb, on each place we visit. We thought it would be fun for her to share her unique insights on our travels at 92 years young. If you'd like to read what we are calling Barb's blog, yes, I know, very original, you can find it on our website under the blog tab. We also have a video version of our podcast that we publish each and every day on our YouTube channel at Places, People, Purpose. These are just other ways you can enjoy the places we visit. Our goal is to develop amazing content and provide it to you in ways you want to experience it. If you have any input or suggestions for us, we would welcome receiving those. With that, let's jump into today's episode and learn more exciting information about the magical city of Prague in the Czech Republic. Perched atop a hill overlooking the city, the Prague Castle stands as a timeless symbol of Czech history and architecture. The origins of the Prague Castle date back to the 9th century when Prince Bořivoj of the Přemysliv dynasty founded a fortified settlement on the site. Over the centuries, it evolved into the sprawling castle complex we see today. Prague Castle is the largest continuous castle complex in the world and covers an area of almost 70,000 square meters, which is about 753,000 square feet. It is also included in the UNESCO World Cultural and Natural Heritage List. As the largest ancient castle complex in the world, the Prague Castle has played a central role in Czech history, serving as the seat of power for kings, emperors, and presidents. Today, Prague Castle is not only a historical and cultural symbol, but also the official residence of the President of the Czech Republic. St. Vitus Cathedral is located within the castle complex and is the largest and the most important church in Prague. The stunning Gothic cathedral within the castle walls is a masterpiece of architecture and art, with its towering spires and intricate stained glass windows. Around the year 925, Prince Wenceslas founded a Romanesque rotunda here, which after 1060 was converted into a basilica with 3 naves and 2 steeples. In 1344, Charles IV began the construction of a Gothic cathedral, but the construction of the cathedral stopped in 1419 because of the Hussite Wars, and the cathedral remained uncompleted for centuries. It was not until the latter half of the 19th century that the Union for the completion of the cathedral began the repair of the original part and the completion of the cathedral in neo-Gothic style. The church was solemnly consecrated in 1929. Its interior had renovations in even later years. The cathedral is a masterpiece of Gothic architecture and is renowned for its intricate stonework, stunning stained glass windows, and soaring spires. St. Vitus features pointed arches, ribbed vaults, and flying buttresses. Its two massive towers can be seen from various vantage points in Prague. The St. Vitus Cathedral boasts some of the most remarkable stained glass windows in Europe, in particular, the rose window. The St. Wenceslas Chapel is a central focus of the St. Vitus Cathedral. This chapel houses the tomb of St. Wenceslas, the patron saint of the Czech Republic. The chapel also houses the crown jewels of the Bohemian Kingdom, including the crown of St. Wenceslas, the royal scepter, and the royal orb. These valuable artifacts are displayed to the public on special occasions. The scepter is a symbol of a monarch's power. An orb is typically a jeweled ball mounted next to a gem-encrusted cross. The orb and cross represent the power of God, and it's a reminder to the monarch that their authority and power is derived from God. The Golden Lane is a charming and historic street located within the Prague Castle complex. The history of this picturesque lane can be traced back to the late 16th century during the reign of Emperor Rudolf II. The lane was originally built to house the castle's marksmen and defenders. The name Golden Lane is believed to have been inspired by the goldsmiths who once lived and worked in the houses. Over the centuries, the lane was inhabited by various individuals, including castle marksmen, goldsmiths, and artists. The most distinctive feature of the Golden Lane is its small, colorful houses, which are just a few meters wide. These tiny dwellings have colorful facades and are often adorned with flowers and potted plants. Many of the houses have been transformed into small shops, galleries, and exhibitions, offering visitors a glimpse into life during different historical periods. The lane itself is paved with cobblestones, adding to its historical charm. The famous Czech writer Franz Kafka lived in house number 22 on the Golden Lane for a brief period in 1917. House number 27 hosts an exhibition showcasing medieval armor and weapons, providing insight into the castle's defenses. One event at the Prague Castle that is a time-honored tradition, offering visitors a glimpse into the Czech Republic's rich history and military heritage, is the changing of the guard ceremony. It's a brief yet captivating event that adds to the overall charm of exploring the castle. This ceremony takes place daily, typically in the morning, and dates back to the time of the Habsburg monarchy, which ruled over Bohemia for centuries. The ceremony symbolizes the transfer of responsibility and authority from one guard detail to another, ensuring the security and protection of the castle and its occupants. The ceremony is a meticulously choreographed affair, with the guards in their distinctive blue uniforms and hats, marching in precision. A military band often accompanies the ceremony, adding a touch of musical pomp and grandeur. The guards use ceremonial rifles and display synchronized movements and the exchange of commands. One of the key moments during the ceremony is the raising of the Czech flag at the top of the flagpole in front of the castle. This signifies that the castle is under the protection of the current guard detail. The entire ceremony usually lasts around 30 minutes and takes place at the main entrance to Prague Castle. One of the most enchanting aspects of visiting Prague Castle is the panoramic views it offers of the city. As you explore the castle complex, you'll encounter several vantage points where you can gaze upon the red-tiled rooftops, the meandering Vltava River, and the iconic Charles Bridge. Let's take this opportunity to learn a bit more about the Charles Bridge, which stands gracefully over the Vltava River in the heart of Prague, and is a timeless symbol of the city's rich history and architectural splendor. This stone bridge is one of the most celebrated landmarks in the Czech Republic. The bridge was originally commissioned by Emperor Charles IV in 1357, and that is where it got its name. The bridge is exclusively for pedestrians, making it a pleasant place for leisurely strolls, street performances, and art vendors. The Charles Bridge is a masterpiece of Gothic architecture. It spans 621 meters, or 2,037 feet, and features 16 arches and 3 bridge towers. The bridge is adorned with a total of 30 statues, primarily of saints and religious figures, which were added in the 17th century. The most famous statue is that of St. John of Nepomuk, which is traditionally believed to bring good luck when touched. There are various accounts about this particular St. John and why he is considered a martyr. One of the renditions is that he was the confessor to the 20-year-old Queen Sophia of Bavaria, who was married to King Wenceslas IV. Just so you know, this is not the Wenceslas made famous in the Christmas carol Good King Wenceslas. The song is about the Wenceslas who is the Duke of Bohemia from 921 until his assassination in 935 by his younger brother. Although he was never an actual king, the heroic goodness of the Duke was well known throughout Bohemia, and even years after his death, people continued to spread stories of his kindness. As a result, he was posthumously declared a king and canonized as a saint. King Wenceslas IV had become jealous and suspicious of his young second wife and asked her trusted priest if she had been unfaithful. Nepomuk would not respond to the king's inquiries, and as a result, he was arrested, tortured, murdered, and thrown into the Vltava River. Devoted townspeople gathered his corpse, performed all the appropriate rites, and laid Nepomuk to rest in the St. Vitus Cathedral. The Archbishop of Prague declared John a martyr for the faith, and in 1729 he was later canonized as a saint by Pope Benedict XIII. Well, that's all we have for today's episode of Places, People, Purpose. We hope you enjoyed learning about many of the exciting wonders of Prague. Tomorrow, we will have our last podcast devoted to Prague and the Czech Republic. So please join us for our next episode of Places, People, Purpose, where we create connections to our world.